Hey everyone, just doing
What's going
a
on?
video on the whole thing. I have Leon and Jamie who were watching the whole thing. Jamie, you said you watched the thing over, and was there anything you wanted to have some input?
Um, for the most part, it's just that we do need to have a we need to look back to some of the early stuff, if nothing else, to make sure we're on point with everything.
Yeah, but
It's
that wasn't the thing we did yesterday. We just wanted to have her point of view on stuff.
right.
And she went berserk.
So
That's what I heard from it is she took control of it and you guys and being polite when it comes to someone like Leona usually doesn't ever work.
I mean, I told her everything how the setup was going to be. I sent her the questions beforehand. I rephrased them a bit uh, after she came on, and I told her that so that they would look better, and she said fine. And for some reason, she didn't like questions and started bringing up the Witcher thing and the Ralph retort, and I don't know. We
I
weren't
mean,
even
I
talking
get
about that.
Ralph isn't yeah, I get it. Stuff isn't really credible. I mean, yes, when it comes to Ralph, I never use Ralph as a source anyway when I do things, but I mean, come on now. Ralph admits that.
Ralph is
It isn't credible.
extremely polarizing more than anything else. Like
Yeah.
if like what was if you're familiar with the HN at least, V has him like his site is filtered out. Like you can link to his site, it will just automatically archive itself basically. Like that was the point. Like
Mhm.
he's not getting revenue. Like V absolutely hates him. The Game We 8 board
Mhm.
is a little easier on it, but like in general, the premise is still just archive the links. More of a community, more of a mob rule kind of thing. Not 100%
Mhm.
obviously, but that's a stronger sentiment. Like
Mhm.
some people are fine with him as a single
Mhm.
blocker
Other
owning
people.
his blog with
I was really
no,
hoping
yeah,
that Rockstar would have made a surprise entrance during one of Leana's rants. I would have loved to see that. Everybody was wanting to see Roguestar come in.
Yeah, but
He
that wasn't
he
the
was
point.
probably one of the I know, but he would have probably been one of the better ones to handle Leona out of
Well,
how what was
we
going
weren't
on.
trying to handle her. We were just trying to
I
question her.
know,
If
but
this was going to be a debate, I would have prepared in a whole other matter, not to
mhm,
preparing questions, but preparing rebuttals
mhm,
instead of
yeah, but
not trying to debate with her.
but she
right.
she she I think she was prepared for debate. How she was acting, she was
Yeah, it
prepared.
seems like it.
Well, yeah.
She, I don't know why she thought that that all girls were being harassed who were entering into Gamergate. I never saw that once. I don't know who said that. That point that she was trying to make that all women were being treated like the villains when they entered into Gamergate, and we had to prove ourselves. That's bullshit. I've never seen that. Have you guys?
Not forget. I think that's maybe part of a like a bigger theory of just like how some women in gaming work. Maybe.
Ugh. You don't have to prove yourself in gaming. Women don't at all, in my opinion.
I mean, even guys could ask, "Are you a real gamer?" And just say,
Ugh.
"Yeah, I like this, this, and this," and then okay.
Yeah, I think that was the point basically. That the idea of like just how women in gaming are like they have to kind of prove their cred. But to be fair, this is all done within men all the time as well.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's
Like
been I've been
Yeah,
asked this numerous times as well.
yeah. I've
I'm just
been.
calm and debunk
oh
it
oh, I've
pretty
been shit
easily.
on for my shooters. I'm shit at shooters. I don't play many of them, and you
I
know
play all kinds of games. My credit as a gamer is really high because I don't just I'm not a one genre person. I'm not like an all RPG or all FPS. I will play whatever is good or an all indie. If the game is good, I'll play it, AAA or indie. I don't give a shit. If they're a good game, I'll buy it. I'll play it.
Oh yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Well,
That's what being a gamer is all about. If the game is good, you play it. If it's
Agreed.
Yeah,
not,
and
you don't
I
buy
just don't know why, personally, why she got so angry. I tried to calm her down several times, but she just got more and more upset.
I tried calming her down on Twitter, but it not much happened. She is what I think of her. Actually, I have less of an opinion of her now because of how unprofessional she was during an interview. That was the most unprofessional I've ever seen anyone during an interview. The most. That's something I'd expect from Brianna Wu, not her. Leanna K.
She is in the industry,
That
and
is something worthy of Brianna Wu's freak
uh,
out, panic attack attitude, not Leanna K's. So I don't know what happened with Leanna K, but I don't know what she's been going through and stuff, but she shouldn't have taken it out on you guys
oh,
during the
I
interview.
mean, if you look at kind of, do remember she is basically kind of hated by the other side as well. I mean, look, she likes to stand on her own 2 feet.
yeah,
And
but we were fair to her. We were
no,
polite
we
to
were
her.
absolutely. There was no question.
We were willing to listen to her side, but I
Agreed.
mean, talking about Ralph and just she could have just said, "I don't
Ralph
like
is-
the guy and I don't want to talk about him." That's
Yeah.
all she had to say. And
Ralph is such a
could've
hot
been
because like a lot of the things like many people don't like him, and like she was looking for justification, but it's like there's a lot of us out there, a lot of people who just don't like Ralph and like his material, like not him as a person. As a person, I don't think he's perfectly fine. As some of his material has been good, some of it has been bad. It's perfectly fine to be
And
completely critical on it.
yeah, I mean, we call it out on stuff,
Yeah,
and saying that we don't hold him up to some sort of ethical standards is wrong, which we
absolutely.
tried to point out. I tried to say to her, but she wouldn't listen.
no. It's unprofessional, really, in my opinion. How she acted.
John even said that he did a piece on Tech Raptor, but somehow that didn't
Yeah,
matter.
and he should have. I mean, he should have just stopped talking about Ralph and just like
Yeah, well, we
left
tried.
it at that. I mean, yeah, but just said this thing about Ralph is over. We want to talk about something else. I mean, she got so engrossed in on Ralph, just angry at Ralph, and then she started. It was to the point where she was not making sense. What I was seeing, just how she was acting.
I think she just wanted a kind of straight, like, I'm not. It didn't seem like she did eventually say towards like as time passed on that she was kind of okay with the idea of like she accepts that okay, Ralph has like not everyone agrees with him. Like people identify that he is not the journalistic standard. That
No, he's not a journalist.
and I
He's
think she
not
was
a
kind of
journalist.
he's a complete blogger. I'm not going to expect someone with Tumblr to make any other research. I'm not going to expect a blogger to make any of his research too in depth.
I don't
It'd be
take
nice.
Ralph seriously like I don't take Ralph seriously like I don't take Gamer Ghazi seriously.
Yeah,
I'll look at the report. What I think of Ralph is I'll look at his stuff and then I'll try to verify the information is true. I'll
Yeah.
just say when I look at Ralph, I'm just like saying, "Is that true?" And then I actually research.
yeah. I think the best piece they did, which we talked about, is the whole Guardian email thing where they told everyone not to write about Gamergate.
That was an interesting one. That's
Yeah,
one of the better pieces he made on Lay's connection to
Yeah.
the Guardian.
Yeah, and
Leona went on just
and
full
that's one of
defense
the
of it.
stories I talked to him about. But when Liana takes pulls up topics which we're not well informed on, just right off the bat, it's kind of
I will say Ralph's best article is one that actually helped us a lot.
yeah.
against ourselves. Those are the ones with Steve Tom Sawyer. Like that was Ralph's. Those are Ralph's pieces that really helped everyone realize what was going on. And I'm like, okay, we may have a problem.
And just
Ralph was going berserk in the chat.
Yeah, he was.
well, I couldn't handle the chat, this Twitter and Skype at the same time because I was getting messages left and right.
Mhm.
And I was trying to calm her, trying to calm her down, but she talked about topics which we weren't really prepared for, and
She had a point she wanted to make.
Off is the fact that we had an aggro coming on soon after, and you should have. I mean, did Leanna know that we were having an aggro on after?
no, I didn't. I just told her she was going to be on for one part, and we were going to continue after. That's all I said.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, really, I just think she had a few points she wanted to make with the questions, and Ralph was one because she wants to make sure. I think part of it ultimately, and this is the part that I can perfectly accept everything that happened, is more of a devil's advocate case. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but that's the way I'm thinking of it, just to accept it and be happy with it. Like, if you're playing devil's advocate, those are valid questions to have. And at least it helps us.
True, but
we were prepared for that.
I mean, this was not going to be some sort of a debate. I said that several times. It was just
everybody was. What I was looking in the chat, a lot of people were angry about like John and Sushi not being, and just all of them in general. Besides, they gave you a pass, but everyone else, they weren't happy.
Well, I've looked at the comments after, and they're pretty. They're siding with us because she was the one being hostile. So.
Yeah, but I was just saying, the comments I was looking at during the Skype chat they were like, John, what the hell? Even I just said, she's
but he got caught off guard because we were just asking her questions. We weren't.
I thought that's what Leanna. I had a feeling that's what Leanna was gonna do, but I wasn't entirely sure. I should have warned you guys. I had a feeling Leanna was going to pull something like that.
Well, I watched several of her videos, and I wasn't expecting her to do something like that, to be honest.
I had a feeling. I had a small feeling in my gut that this is not going to end well because I thought it was just going to be you and her doing the interview. You were making it sound like it was just going to be you and her, but then when I saw John on there, I'm like, oh no. Then I saw Lion, and what's his name? Can't think of his name. And Sushi, all of them
Dustin
on there.
was on.
Yeah, Dustin. All of them were on there, and I'm like, oh no, this isn't gonna end well at all. And
if this was going to be some sort of debate, I would have had other people on, but that wasn't the thing. I had Lion on because he contacted her. Dustin because he's been here from the start. And Sushi to have someone neutral on, and John because he helped me with the questions. That was those were the only reasons I had those people on. If I knew she would have done it that way, I would have had a full room with people going after her. But that wasn't the point. That wasn't the point.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It was an interview. That's what it's supposed to be. And we saw the most unprofessional thing I've ever seen that woman do. Break that interview and go out. That was unprofessional, in my opinion.
Well, to be honest, all of us who were there last night, except of her, are not journalists and have not done this kind of stuff. My first real interview was with Attack Raptor, and that went fairly well compared to this, and she knew how to do this, but she went completely overboard in my opinion. I tried to say to her my intent wasn't for her to get upset or anything like that. If there was something I said or anyone else, we said during the stream as well. Well, it wasn't our intention to come off as attacking her. We were
I
just
know.
trying to clear up stuff.
I
No,
do think.
she
Go
was
ahead.
just full blown psycho during this interview. I'm not trying to be rude to Leon or anything, but she completely lost her mind. She did something that was something that you would expect from Randy Harper and Brianna Wu. That's in my personal
I'd
opinion.
go.
That's how brutal how she acted, in my opinion. Nobody should ever act like that. No one is as professional as Leona should have went down that route.
All right, I got two things. One, I do think the matter of RN experience is kind of at play here. Just
Hmm.
hear me out here. She has been doing a lot of, she's been in the business for a while, and
Yeah,
like
she has.
just the other day she was on the stream with Sargon, and to be real, Sargon he knows what he's doing when he's doing interviews and
Yeah, he's been
any of
doing it
these.
for quite some time, so
Yeah, he has full experience. He fully understands what he's doing. The crowd he has exactly, he nails it completely, and it's just.
yeah, sure. I'm pretty new to this, to be
Yes.
honest.
And I do think that played a bit of it. It's like, well, I'm not saying like, hey, just show us some baby steps. But like, we're not exactly the pros here. We're kind of, the masses more than anything
Yeah,
else.
and I said that I'm just a regular dude
Yeah.
on the internet trying to make a difference.
Yeah, I think that's definitely at play, and that's probably why there's some disconnect. Like,
Hmm.
how she can get out of like normally, ideally rather. Like the moderators, rings in everybody, and you've said it before. You're completely busy trying to manage three other things at once. It's like totally fine for us because we're just like, yeah, sure, we can just wing it. That's kind of how it goes.
Hmm.
In her case, it was like, well, no, she probably expected more and ran with it until, well, she took over, really.
Yeah, because we weren't the ones mentioning some things she Kayla got upset about, which
Who
were
mentioned Ralph? I don't know that.
I think she did because none of us
I
mentioned.
didn't hear John ever mention Ralph. I was thinking, okay, I don't know why we should even be talking about Ralph. Ralph
Ralph,
has nothing to do with this at all. And then I hear Ralph come up, and I'm like, oh no, this is
yeah,
not
Ralph
getting
came up
well.
as a matter of standards in journalism and
Yeah, and we
what
said
we would have.
he's not a
Ralph
journalist.
tabloid. Ralph's website is just a blog. It's like TMZ. That's all
I
it
agree.
is.
I completely agree. That's why, like, my position, like I said, I'll compare him to a blog on Tumblr, basically, because,
Yeah,
like,
and we said that he's not a journalist.
That's
He's
all he
a
has. And he's
tabloid.
not even making
And
money from it.
trying to make someone and we said if he got something wrong we should hold him up to the same standard as everyone else, but we can't talk or do things on his behalf. He's his own goddamn person.
Yeah, and if you wanted, if you wanted to, for her to, if she wanted to debate Ralph, she should have thrown Ralph on and asked her, and thrown Ralph on and just
No,
had
she
her.
would have flipped her shit.
yeah, no, the bigger
Mhm.
thing here, I'd say, is it's not just that he's, like, he's his own person, but, like, we're our own people, too.
Mhm.
It's like, we can't do anything about what Ralph wants to do. It's
Mm-mm.
what
Yeah.
he wants to do. Some
Yeah.
will go to it, some won't.
Yeah, yeah. I just think it's just it went too far. It was. Yeah, she wanted to talk about other things and stuff. You guys had a set of questions. You even showed them to her. I don't think were any of them about Ralph at all.
Huh?
Were any of those questions that you gave her about Ralph at all?
No.
Oh, then she should have known that. The fact that she wanted to talk about Ralph, she went completely off topic. No, I mean beyond off topic, and she started basically a debate in the middle of an interview. And I seen people saying, "Damn it, I want my question to be read. Shut up, both of you. I want my question to be read." I'm looking at that, and I'm just seeing that Norwegian guy. He lost it in the chat
Yes.
during the thing, and I had to calm him down. I put up
I think a
I
lot
put
of
up a
people kind of
hangout and
lost it of um
Yeah,
I
Ralph was like half a mile.
I looked at IRC and one guy was being very rude, but the other ones were fair
there
enough.
was a there's a few douchebags in the chat, and then she started to quote them, and I went like, "Do you know what trolls are? You've been
Yeah.
on the internet longer than you have more experience than I do, Leanna, and I know they're trolls."
She picked. Her timing is amazing in a way because she picked like that. There was one in the entire chat, one comment
attacked
on
her.
The Witcher, and she happened to pick right there. It was like, oh come on, like I'm calling bullshit on reality for that.
I mean, I didn't even know about this shit with her beef with Ralph and the Witcher thing. So
The Witcher is mostly water under the bridge at this point. Like
What is The Witcher? I don't know. I never even heard of it.
she
you
said
said you played
she people thought she was tweeting about the game, but it was the trailer, and she got shit about that. Something like that.
Yeah,
Um,
if I can give you a quick rundown. Basically, are you familiar with the Witcher series?
Not really.
All
I
right.
don't really. I never
Um,
really interested in that game series.
yeah, it's an RPG, obviously.
Oh, okay.
WRPG. You can make you have your choices, you have your builds. More importantly, with its controversy tends to be it always have like Witcher 1 had tits everywhere, and like there was a card game with tits. Like it's very openly sexual, and there there are a couple mentions of rape, and the trailer in particular was just that she thought it was a bit rapey, I suppose, on one of the scenes, and it was just kind of like an off-color thing she said to her friend, and people blew it out of proportion, and it's been like 2 years since. Like at this point, it's like, yeah, okay, we get it. We can
Oh
just
well, water under the bridge. Get over it.
some
Yeah, I get
people just always bring it up because that's how internet is. Internet
Yeah,
never
they
forgets.
never forget, but they should always forgive. But so should she about Ralph. Then who said that yesterday? The internet should forgive. Was that her that said that?
I'd have to recheck.
I'm not sure who said that. I'm trying to think of who said that. But I'm just saying, so should she when it comes to Ralph. She shouldn't be this bitter about Ralph. I mean, she's in her 30s, for God's sake.
37.
She's like 37. Yeah, she's 37 years old. She's like 12 years older than me, and she's going ape shit over her nothing.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming it's because just these are some of the older Ralph pieces of that. Like he has gotten better in a few ways. Like
Yeah,
I'll give him
he's
that.
improved.
Yeah,
Just
some
like
of it.
with Monday Matt, for instance. Monday Matt used to just be. I always used to just discredit Monday Matt until he started coming into Gamergate and he started being a little bit more truthful and stuff. I never really listened to Monday Matt before Gamergate because I always just discredited him for the most part. Now he's actually gotten better. I mean, we've all gotten better after Gamergate.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of time. Like some of these articles that like he wrote about her were back in October. Like 6 months of continuous writing can improve a couple ways that you do it. And I think like the Steve Tom Sawyer stuff really was where he got like a big improvement in what he was writing about.
Yeah.
I haven't read everything he's written, but from what I have, which is still a decent amount of them posted along HN, it's still tabloid, but
That's all it
it's
is.
not completely bad.
Yeah, but it's just like with real tabloids. You see, like, for instance, is the Kardashians doing this or that? And I'm like, or is this celebrity pregnant or something like that? It makes you think, okay, what if this is true? but then it's probably not true because it's a tabloid. But it also makes you actually look it up and seeing if it is or not. You actually look it up. You actually look up the information, and if the tabloid continues to lie after so often, which is the case, you disprove that tabloid and just say, you guys are complete and total liars. So I'm not going to listen to you guys anymore. So that's that. So yeah, tabloids, if they continue to lie, I don't ever listen to them. And if Ralph has made a few false claims, it's been rare.
I mean, if he does things wrong, he should correct it. And
He should.
we said that in the news sites we support should be held up to ethical standards. And I mean, just the last stream, Gamergate 28 stream proved that when we had someone from TechRaptor on. And I'm gonna try to get Niche Gamer on for the next one.
I look forward to that one.
Oh, okay.
I hope I'm gonna try and tweet them and see if they want to come on. They haven't responded to me yet.
Niche Gamer? Which one's?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think which one's Niche Gamer.
Niche Gamer's the one with the Xseed problem
Oh, okay.
and 1PI, yeah.
hmm
But they're big fans
I
of the
mean,
stuff.
the one thing I was grateful for yesterday was that Aggro. He was the better person out of all of them.
Yeah, I mean, if
I
there was
mean-
anything, any criticism I can take is it wasn't harsh on her, but that wasn't the point of the stream either, or her having her on. So, I mean, I can take the criticism there. I'm probably gonna get a lot of it in the comments on the video.
The main criticism I'd say is that we always have to be prepared. That's like
Mhm.
that's the
Yeah.
main thing right now for me. Like we have to know our shit.
Yeah, well, I learned my lesson yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, I
Move on,
didn't
move on,
expect to
streams.
get it so. let it
I
be
had
so
a trial by
often.
fire Monday. I had my trial by fire Monday, and I've learned not to give that link to just anybody.
Yeah.
I had to be far more careful next time who I give the open link to, the link to the Hangout to, because a lot of people jumped on an Android all. He should have been there during the opening parts where we were just talking about the articles about that one social justice warrior wrote about the gaming and stuff like that, and how we were taking it apart piece by piece. Me, Lisa, I can't think of who else was on. I've lost train of thought of who else was on with us, but a
I
bunch of
also
us
didn't
were.
like that Liana said that there weren't females, and uh, she said that there were too many males in the room, and that there weren't females. At one point, I believe she said that. I believe she said that. Don't quote me directly on that, but
Yeah,
I mean,
we have it archived. We have your video archived if we
yeah.
want. Whatever
I can go
Leon said is gonna bite her in the butt in the end, because people are gonna look at that video now, and people are gonna think, is Leona really on our side, or is she really a social justice warrior at heart? And I'm seeing that in the comments below, as people actually saying that with how Leona is acting.
Yeah, people say I still don't think I stand by like Liana's on Liana's side more than anything else. Like I don't think
She is fighting for her own well-being, not anyone else's, not gaming. I have to think. This is a group. This is a group thing with GamerGate, not a solo run, and that's all I have to say. And then when I see people trying to make it their own thing, it pisses me off. Like, for instance, people trying to profit off of this whole situation. Both sides. There are several people on both sides that are trying to profit off of this. I mean, yes, if you make a video, monetize it, that's fine by my standards. But if you actually try to, if you're trying to like set up a Patreon saying you've been harassed by so and so or so and so,
that's not the way it's been on our side.
I haven't really seen that really on our side, but I'm saying the other side. But
no, because our side just does it differently.
Biggest mistake I think she did was totally dismissing just Games Journals Pro and the whole Patreon thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, okay. If I give me on the Patreon thing, I think that one really is just a case where she's trying to justify it more as like, if I'm writing at this publication, what do I need to know? Like,
Yeah, but it's a conflict of interest, right?
All Patreon is really is to help support you doing a project. That, in my opinion, is what Patreon is all about.
that's what
I
it should
did one
be.
myself. I started one myself for my YouTube channel, but that's for me to do improvements to like buying microphones, getting better video editing software, getting better parts for my PC so that my videos could run at a better quality. That's what Patreon's designed for, not. Or if you're running a website for free and you don't want ads on there, so you have a Patreon, that's to help support you while you're working on the website, help support website maintenance and stuff. And if you're putting full time into it, that's to help support you being able to pay the bills.
Right, basically use it as supplemental income, not
That's
as
what
basically
Patreon's
charity.
designed for. Not to go on a full whiny temper tantrum tirade or trying to say, oh, I've been harassed, or oh, I've been doing this or
Right.
doing that and stuff like that, or taking advantage of and Patreon is basically the same thing as what's it called? Damn it, I forgot its name.
You got your
Kickstarter.
Kickstarters, your Indiegogos,
Kickstarter, yes,
your
Indiegogo.
GoFundMe.
Yeah, all those websites. It's just like that. They're all the same thing. They're designed to help fund people. What happens if they shut down someone's Kickstarter? Do they just take the money and keep like Kickstarter?
No,
They just refund it all.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not know.
The thing is that I think she got those two. If she can't see that it's a conflict of interest to give money to someone you've been interviewing and supporting their game, and that's a clear.
That's what I thought. And
It's a
then she
definite
started
one.
to say allegedly with the whole Zoe Quinn thing.
Yeah.
There was plenty of evidence.
Well,
There's plenty of evidence that pushes her with.
But as I said, she caught us off guard. So if we had links and stuff like that, we could have just posted them in the chat. But as I said, it wasn't.
Everybody thought she was full of crap when she was talking about that kind of stuff. The only thing I felt weird about was the fact that she was saying that all female gamers were being attacked, all women and journalists were being attacked when they entered Gamergate.
oh, that was just
Or
all
so this-
journalists, not female, just all journalists.
Yeah, all
which
journalists.
is not true.
No, I welcomed journalists when I first started Gamergate. We welcomed them with open arms. I've seen that on so many occasions. The ones who attacked the journalists were the antis. Heck, several journalists lost their jobs because they supported Gamergate.
All right. I'll say I'm kind of half and half on that idea because like we did not attack all journalists. Like we'll phrase it that way because it's just easier to explain as opposed to like Tech Raptor started as a blog and they got so many hits. I forget if it was just DDoS or if it just got taken down because of some internal drama. I was like, it was taken down and they went to a new place.
Yeah,
Like,
and
Gamergate, Good Gamers, was created as a result of no journalist that was trusted.
let me tell you something. I always say this, I've faced harassment from our own side. I'm not going to say his name, but I could post it. I'll post his Twitter link in the chat, on our chats, so no one else could see it but us. But I've faced harassment from this guy right here all the time. One time when I talked about Angry Joe, some bro team pill acting like a complete man-child when they took down Angry Joe's video because I had to defend Joe on this part because he had the right to his own opinion, and the fact that someone went ape shit over it and said, "Oh man, I'm being associated with Gamergate." Yeah, Joe could have done the video better, but I talked about it and stuff, and just this guy went ape shit.
Well,
when
it doesn't seem like
posted on
he's
Twitter.
Gamergate. It seems more like he's a troll.
No, but
He's on his own side as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys ever ran into this guy, I've several GGers were following him, but it wasn't just him. There were other people that were in that fight as well that were
I'm
attacking.
not looking at his tweets. He's a troll.
Yeah, I get it, but I'm just saying, just in general, this is what we face. But I'm just using him as an example. But I've faced a lot of people on GamerGate's side that have attacked me because I have my opinions of being a moderate, and I get pissed off all the time. I'm like, yeah, I'm not above criticism at all, but there's a difference between criticism of plain harassment. Yeah, you could criticize someone for so long, but when you keep it up and up and up and stuff like that, and you keep trying to remind them, oh, you did this and that just every day, isn't there just like this difference between like constantly doing this to the person? I can't
Harassment's
think of it.
persistent, basically.
Yeah,
Yes.
persistent. Yeah, that's what it is.
I have to close down the stream, but final thoughts on. I'm gonna probably let other people in and in the stream later tonight, so we can
Okay.
discuss this with everyone.
Mhm.
What are your final thoughts on this?
Leona, she's a good person. Her heart's in the right place, but that stream was that stream was the most unprofessional I've ever seen from someone that had that many years of experience. That's what I
Jamie?
have to say.
All right. My case is, I if she wanted to, have that kind of discussion, that it would be best to get, not in your case, but in just her case, to talk with the right people for it. That was not the right place for that discussion.
Yeah.
I am perfectly fine, and I totally agree with the idea of challenging us. I agree with the notion, like, if you want to make sure that, people know their shit, which they should,
Hmm.
that's cool with me. Go for it. Just right place, right time. That wasn't it.
Yeah, just my last thought. I felt that it became a debate instead of an interview, and she started questioning us and stuff like that, which wasn't the time or place. I don't know if she's received shit or she wanted to come on just to address stuff like that. The whole thing was set up just to come on and have a more of a Q&A, share opinions and thoughts, not and hear her side more than just having a debate and challenging her, which was not the right place or platform to do it on. Because if she wanted to a debate, she could have just said so, and I would have prepared
Hmm.
a lot for that.
Hmm.
Not too many people, just the right people, basically,
Yeah,
is the
and
way
I
to
would
do it.
have probably
She
taken in
she
other
started
people.
the debate way too long after the stream started.
It was a long stream, but I don't know. I ultimately did like it just because, again, I like the idea of being challenged.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any. But when Tim challenged us, we were more prepared for it.
Yeah,
Yes,
we were
yes.
ready for Tim. I mean, Tim was just one of the. It was easy to take apart his logic.
Yeah,
That's
but
all I have to say.
he was cool about it. He
Yeah, he
was,
was.
and he didn't attack us. I mean,
No.
he said his piece. We countered them in a cool mannered fashion, and yeah, I mean, we've had people, Force and Kaz, who flipped out on our streams before, but not like this.
Mm-mm.
Uh,
Oh, Force. I'd say Force was worse. That was a special case.
well, we had people yelling at him back, like Brooke and Ralph.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
it
yes,
evened
Ralph.
out, but this one was
I mean,
her
yes.
just yelling at us.
We've had people like Rogan Sushi on at the same time, and it's gone crazy. I
Yeah,
get
but
it.
it was more of arguments, not
Yeah.
personal, which I
Yeah.
felt this was. So yeah, I'm gonna close down the stream.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to you after this. So yeah, thanks for
Okay.
watching. See you next time.
Thank
Bye.
you guys. See ya.